backup is or before that you need to check with the backup team that when the backup has been taken. So they will provide you the rate. If it's a weekly backup or daily backup, they will upload. These are the components. We need to uninstall the components first at the time of migration. And to uninstall these components, we need to go to the server role manager, add remove server role. From here, we'll uninstall the components. Select, we can select. And after that, once the uninstallation is done from the server role manager, then we need to check on features, and from here the rest of the component we need to uninstall. Installation is done. This is Zenap management and Zenap. Okay. After that, it's showing next. Okay. Uninstallation is done. We need to install the VDA agent. So after that, we need to install the VDA agent. At the time of installation of VDA agent, it will ask the name of the delivery controller, and that time it will name of the delivery controller, and it will connect with the existing.
Put up big configured in a Citrix environment. Then
नहीं put up करेगा. ये क्वेश्चन नहीं put up करेगा. Just for your knowledge,
okay.
If you are creating anything new, complete environment as a new build, then it's a green field.
Okay.
Yes, right.
में कोई दिक्कत है अभी तक?
एक्चुअली 6.5 पे अभी उतना प्रैक्टिस किया नहीं, क्योंकि सर आपने भेजा ही नहीं वो.
मैंने अपलोड कर दिया एंड टुडे आई विल पॉलिसीज रिबूट पॉलिसीज मैंने बता दिया था
जी सर.
कीप अलाइव किसी को पता है व्हाट इज कीप अलाइव?
कीप अलाइव क्या होता है कि वो जो होता है ना, जो
सर्वर
नहीं वो उसको बता रहा हूँ मैं. कीप अलाइव एक कमांड है
सर.
नहीं सॉरी सेशन रिलायबिलिटी
सिस्टम रिलायबिलिटी
it allows user to automatically reconnect without having disconnect the session reliability.
But you mentioned that in case of any interruption in the network
disruptions or
session active, and the default timing for session reliability is 180 seconds, is a port 2598. Same in keep alive, the default timing is 60 seconds. Okay.
Yes sir.
So where is it? It's under, you will get this in under the policies. Keep alive.
सर 180 सेकंड क्या बताया आपने?
180 सेकंड इसका टाइमिंग पीरियड है. 180 सेकंड
सेशन रिलायबिलिटी का डिफॉल्ट टाइमिंग है 180 सेकंड्स और कीप अलाइव का डिफॉल्ट टाइमिंग है 60 सेकंड्स. बट यू कैन नॉट ओपन बोथ पॉलिसीज.
बट इसका तो हम सर इसका टाइमिंग तो हम आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं ना.
नहीं,
इसका तो टाइमिंग कीप अलाइव का 60 सेकंड से हम 180 भी
चेंज कर सकते हो, बट इट्स अ डिफॉल्ट टाइम. जो डिफॉल्ट टाइम पे वर्क करता है, सेटिंग्स कभी भी ये नहीं कहता है कि उसके डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग को चेंज करो. इवन यू कैन नॉट चेंज द लाइसेंस सर्वर व्हिच इज द डिफॉल्ट पोर्ट फॉर लाइसेंस सर्वर इज 27000. यू कैन यूज 27001 to 27009, but Citrix never allow you to change the default port. In case that port is not free or used by any other application, in that case, a different port. Okay, this is the configuration, and from here we'll create the site, databases, and second server, which I will use as a VDA. You got it, that how will we migrate our existing XenApp 6.5 server, move the components, all the VDA agent.
ये तो 7.0 है ना?
0.15
यस। बट सर यदि हम माइग्रेट करते हैं तो उसके सारे जितने भी कंपोनेंट्स, जितने भी जो उसमें जो पॉलिसीज होगा, ऑटोमेटिक तो उसमें माइग्रेट हो जाना चाहिए।
हम पॉलिसीज का टेम्पलेट बनाते हैं, टेम्पलेट बना के उसको माइग्रेट करते हैं, देन उसको इंपोर्ट करते हैं 7.x में। केवल पॉलिसीज, मेंबर सर्वर्स को हमें अनइंस्टॉल करके VDA इंस्टॉल करना होता है। क्या क्या चीज़ें होती हैं 7.6.5 में? एप्लीकेशंस
यस सर।
पब्लिश करना पड़ेगा, जो भी सर्वर हमारा यहाँ से जाएगा उसमें वो सारी एप्लीकेशंस होंगी। अगर एप्लीकेशंस यहाँ से जानी है तो मेरे सर्वर्स पे जाएंगे, और ये एप्लीकेशंस किस में है? सर्वर्स में। जब ये सारे सर्वर्स मेरे माइग्रेट होकर 7.x में चले जाएंगे तो ये एप्लीकेशंस भी चली जाएंगी। ओनली वी नीड टू क्रिएट द
पॉलिसीज
ग्रुप एंड machine catalog. Creating a site here. Ready site? No, it's an empty site I am creating. This is going to the localhost SQL Express. That is the default SQL version which is installed over here. And in this server, there is a problem communicated with the server. Back. Okay. 27000. We can change it to 27001 to 27009. But basically, Citrix will never.
It's a by default 20.
It's always suggest to use the default. Right. Giving error every time.
क्वेश्चन था, पूछूं? सर जब हम माइग्रेट कर रहे हैं 6.5 को, तो दूसरा सर्वर क्यों बना रहे हैं? उसी को 6.5 को ही अपग्रेड क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं?
भाई 6.5 को अपग्रेड नहीं कर सकते, इसीलिए तो नहीं पता।
तो उसके लिए दूसरा सर्वर पहले हमें क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा
हमें। अगर हम
6.5,
क्योंकि रीजन बिहाइंड कि सबसे पहले मैंने यही बताया था कि व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन 6.5 एंड 7.5। तुम विंडोज सर्वर को लिनक्स में अपडेट कर सकते हो?
नहीं।
क्यों? आर्किटेक्चर डिफरेंट है।
ठीक,
आर्किटेक्चर डिफरेंट है। ये हुआ क्यों नहीं है? प्रॉब्लम है
सर उसके आईपी लगता है पिंग नहीं कर रहा है।
नहीं यार, ये बीच बीच में अभी देखो कम्युनिकेट किया है इसने, अब मैंने बैक किया, कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है इसका मतलब। हाँ, अभी मैं यहाँ पे
बाय डिफॉल्ट ये नॉर्मल
लेता हूँ। सर ये ऐप डीएनए और ये हम क्यों नहीं लेते हैं यहाँ पे? FDNA इसलिए नहीं लेते हैं कि FDNA यूज नहीं हो रहा। FDNA का यूज क्या है पहले ये बताओ।
सर FDNA का जो हम क्या बोलता है उसको, कुछ था भूल गया था।
भूल गए ना, तो फिर इसका तो सॉल्यूशन नहीं है यार। FDNA का यूज होता है टू टेस्ट द कॉम्पेटिबिलिटी, मीन्स कौन सा ओएस किसके साथ कॉम्पेटिबल है किसके साथ नहीं। Check application compatibility with the OS. We use FDNA. Or for that we need to build a FDNA server. अब suppose ये क्यों यूज होता है? I want to migrate my environment from 6.5 to 7.x. Suppose it's for 7.16. 16 doesn't support 2008 R2, right?
Okay. Yes sir.
Then in that case, first we need to check the application which is running on 6.5 server or 2008 server that is compatible with Windows 2012 or not.
Okay.
Compatibility, we create an environment for FDNA. In that, we build two machines, 2008 and 2012, and run that application on that FDNA environment, and it will generate the report that where the application is supporting and on which points it will not support. And that we will send to the application team, and on the basis of that report, they will suggest us that we can run that application of 2012 or not. I was getting the issue that this.
If application team suggests that application that's the services are not running over to 2012 server, then what's will our
We'll keep the 6.5 environment also.
okay.
We cannot move that application. Then why will take it? We'll keep 6.5 environment as well as 7.x. That's why in the many most of the organizations are running both environments, 6.5 and 7.x.
Okay. Then we have keep both servers 6.5 and
Both.
Okay. Both.
It was not running due to the services are not running on the server. That's why it's crashing every time. And here is a you can VDA agent. I have installed the virtual delivery agent Windows OS. Okay. Create a machine master image. Enable connection to a server. Here, select this option if you use machine creation services or provisioning services to create servers from the master image. Create servers from here, enable connection to the machine. Select this option to install the virtual delivery agent onto either a physical server or a that has been provisioned without the VDA. So I'm master image. But I can install it. It will help you. AppDisk or VDisk is not required. AppD is Microsoft.
Yes, sir.
That is for application virtualization. So here we are not using AppD. It's asking for the delivery controller address. Once this will done, we will provide the name of the delivery controller DDC01 dot citrix dot COM. This is the FQDNS of this server. The startup license is used to check the server availability, or it allocated to each server which is running a Citrix product. And also Citrix license server send a heartbeat to check the status of the member server or the application server to update the earlier. The older version of license server holds the 4,000 of startup license. It means we can create a environment with 4,000 application servers or 4,000 Zen app servers or Zen desktop servers or PBS servers, anything related to Citrix. But nowadays, the updated license server holds like 13.13, or the version which is you installing with the 7.x, that holds 10,000 of the startup licenses.
Okay.
This is a free.
License.
We need to purchase a concurrent license for ZenApp, or per user per device license for Zen desktop, as well as we need to purchase the terminal services license for Windows Server. Is a terminal services license are also comes with per user and per device. So now our site is created. Okay. Now we are adding a server here. Next, these are the required port. Windows Remote Assistant. This one for UDP port 1655 to 16509. Real-time audio. FrameHawk is a port 3224 to 3324. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can, if you want, you can write down the port numbers, or at the time of watching the video, you can make a note of it. These are the required port: 80, 1494 ICA, 2598 session reliability, 800 is a for FrameHawk, is a 1494 again is a for this one, 2598 again. This was FrameHawk 100 port real time. All ports are showing here. Next, and we install the next. It's a prerequisites: Microsoft Visual Runtime, Microsoft Desktop Experience, remote desktop connection, remote session host, and this is the virtual delivery agent and settings. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Machine catalog. Now I'm going to the logging is for configuration logging database. Whatever changes I will make here, it will reflect in the logging database. Okay. So here is showing me the changes made by the administrator. Full desktop deployment, edit zone, site metadata, all over here. Okay.
Sir.
And now I'm going to the policies.
Policies.
How to apply the policies? First, there are two types of policies: computer policies
So
and
computer policies and profile
user
policies.
policies. Thus, in the policies, create policies with predefined Citrix template recommended. Predefined template means here you can see the template. Okay.
Okay.
Create policies using templates that contain group of pre-configured. Create policies manually. Create your own policies. All options are available here. Okay. So I'm going to the template. In template, you can see it's an import template. If you have any template you have exported from 6.5, you can import it here. Create policies from template, create template, okay, export template. Just I want to export a template. High server scalability, where in the desktop, and so. Also, WAN this one, high defined user experience, export this policy in the desktop. And now I'm going to the desktop. You can see the policies, gpt group policy template, gpt. Okay. If you want to create your own policies, then go to the policies, create policies, provide any name to the policy, like whatever here. You can search the ICA, Adobe Flash, this one, session reliability, all you can find it. Multimedia, local app, keep alive. I'm going to the keep alive. Keep alive timeout. You need to select here. Is a 60 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It requires an interval between 1 to 3600 seconds. You can provide it. Okay. And why it's not selected? Okay. And keep alive. This is your keep alive. Send the prevent sending ICA keep alive message periodically. By default, keep alive message are not sent. Enabling this setting prevent broken connections from being disconnected. If Zenap detects no activity on this setting, prevents terminal services from disconnecting the session for the defined timeline. Between 60 seconds or the time you mentioned over here, in that time frame, if system is getting that there is no activity on your screen, in that case it's a prevent to lock the screen or kill the session or disconnect the session. Okay, this is keep alive and session reliability, session timeout is a security USB device. This is profile management. And also in the top of the profile management, you saw that load management. Load management means you can say it's a load evaluator. First, I will show you load management. In load management, concurrent logons tolerance. First, target default, set concurrent logons tolerance, target value 2. It means a single license can be used by 2. Define the expected number of concurrent logons for a server. And on a single concurrent license can use the 2 sessions. Maximum number of sessions, CPU users, disk users, memory users, and all. Okay. Next, CPU users. CPU users you learned in the load evaluators. CPU users, memory users, disk users. Okay, load throttling. But here there is no load. Here these are the load management policies. CPU users excluded process priority, disk users maximum number of session, memory users base load. So go to the CPU policy. Here you need to percentage, like I am defining is the 90% or the 80%. So while the CPU uses utilization goes to 80%, it will show that server is on full load. Disk utilization, no. Memory utilization, I am enabling is the memory utilization 80%. Okay, I have defined it for 80%. Define the memory users as percentage value at which the server reports full load. Okay. Session count, if I want to provide the session count, like on a server only 10 user or 20 user can log on. So once the 10 or 20 users will log on that server, it will show as a full load. So once the server is showing on full load, the delivery controller or ZDC will never send any new user on that service. Okay, it's about load management. Now I'm going to open profile management. Here, activity directory action. It's an active directory. Okay, just enable active directory. Active write back. What is active write back? Active write back means whenever you are making any changes or you are running any application through Citrix. So at the in between the session you are working, it's saved on the file server or the profile on your profile in the middle of the session. That is write back. In the write back, there are two type of write back: write back registry or active write back. In active write back, it doesn't save your registry changes, but in the active write back registry, it saves your registry changes also. So I'm going to the write back option. Write back is this setting file and folder, but not the registry entity that are modified can be synchronized to the user store. User store means where your profile is stored. And the middle of the session before logout. So I'm enabling. Okay. The next active directory write back registry. Registry entities that are modified can be synchronized to the user store in the middle of the session. Okay. Again, all is a cache. Need to enable it. Cache would be enabled. Cache size I can mention. The size over here is at 20 MB, 30 MB, or 50 MB. anything. I have mentioned this, and you can see there are how many policies related to profiles. App data, communication, common information, common warning, and I can enable anything related to profile, context path, profile folder redirection. Here I need to enable and I need to provide the path. So suppose I am going to the path here and so let it be restarted. After that I will create a folder, shared folder here, and then I will provide the path in the policy. Okay, so right now I'm keep this disabled. Cross platform setting group, customer experience, delay. This is desktop path for folder redirection desktop. Okay, I need to put this also. Then documents path, where the profile document will store. Like if you are going to the any profile, if you visit, then you will find that there are some documents, download, picture. These are the under the user profile. So suppose I'm going to the administrator. These are the parts: documents path, download path, desktop path. So these things are showing here. It's a documents path, desktop path. I need to provide that. Okay. Inside the document path, this one is for the download path. Download path means download folder, this one. Inside the user. Only we need to provide the path till here. And it will automatically create these things inside the user profile. And at that enable login, profile management, enable profile management. This is to enable profile management. So first of all, I need to enable the profile. Turn on processing by enabling this setting. By default, to facilitate deployment, profile management does not process log on or log off. To enable this, we need to enable this. Okay. File synchronization folder to mirror. Here is the link folder mirror including the list. Profile conflict handling link folder log on size of log. This is your nt-user.df. Basically, once we go to the profile, any profile, okay, like in the administrator, and I will open the hidden folders. Okay.
Hidden folders show on view, sir.
Folder search option, view, show, and now open. So users, and you can see it's a DAT. nt-user.dat. nt-user.dat is the file. This one. This is your complete profile file. You need to take the backup of this nt-user.dat backup. So here you need to enable the profile backup. Okay. Offline profile support, pass to cross platform, and pass to user resource. You also need to apply this. How is a two-way server share hash SAM account name hash. Once you put this like SAM user account name hash, whenever a new user logs in with the IDs, the profile will automatically create with their name. Suppose Santosh is logging to the environment, in the environment or any of the servers. So I need to put this here. So it's a SAM account. Once Santosh will log in, his profile will create under the server share Santosh. It's a create with the Santosh folder. Apart from this, we can put the location like this: percentage, profile version, percentage. So it would be like /server/share/percentage profile version percentage, and we will put it here. Okay. So once any user will log in, that profile automatically created with that username. This is for picture path. So these all policies are, you can see, I will tell you later once I will create, but right now UPM, user profile management, tracing, video path, UPM software. These are the user profile management. Apart from that, a lot of policies is showing in the 7.x, which was not in the 6.5. version. So it's a waste profile handling, registry, log setting, video, start menu, like folder redirection. Also, while we are creating profiles policies, that time the folder redirection was there. Okay, and almost one more thing is a session reliability, session limit, but we cannot see the reboot policy over here. Okay, so now I am just going to create the policy. Whatever policy I have selected, I have creating that. And now where I want to apply that in the delivery group, you can see is a delivery group, not yet created. Delivery group type is not created. OU, on the OU, I can apply that. If any OU is created in the AD, I can check. How can we check about the OU? DSA.msc. This one. Here I need to create a OU first. So, new organization unit with the Citrix server. Okay, and the OU is created. In that OU, I can put the Citrix servers. Computers, these are the DDC1, DDC2. Then which server is this? It's a DDC and DDC1. Okay, so it's a DDC01. I put in the OU, yes, and this DDC. Yes. These two servers are in this OU. Also, I can check it from here. This is GDC workstation server, operating system detail, Windows 2008 R2 data center, number of domain computer. Okay, no policies are updated on this organization unit. So here I can check it and apply on the, but I will apply all object in the site. I can select or I can apply on all object. So there are two options while applying the policies and canceling this. Here no policy applied. Setting over here. These are templates. I already shown these comparison template and policies. Compare templates and policies. Select. These are templates. Select template and policies. I can select the template or the policy which is created. If I have created any policies over here, this policy is created but undefined. Here no setting. So first I need to create a policy, then I need to compare the policy with the template. Okay, this is for launch machine modeling. For this, once we export first, I need to export that now. Create policy, create export, and in the policies is through the command line you can do. Is the import is not showing here. Is the import policy. Import policy. It's a import a read-only template name high server already exists. So what we can do, we can change the name. Server scalability. Okay. And now I am trying to import the policy again. Is a read only name high availability algorithm create template with system defined. Okay. Scalability 0. Custom template, this one. So this is the way to import or export the policy. In between, I will check on the second server. Is it okay? Let it be login. Actually, installation is still going on the VDA server. So once the VDA will complete, then we will create the machine catalog. I think someone is created the machine catalog. Who has created?
I
Uh, Santosh or Durgesh. Still installing the virtual delivery agent. So how long time is it showing? The 3 minutes remaining. Finalizing the installation. The component initialization is going on. And once it's done, then we will create a machine catalog. And it's asking for call home. Do you know what is call home feature?
No, sir.
Once we configure the call home feature, just I want to participate in call home, then I need to click on connect, and
connect with
it will
him
ask the ID and password of Citrix URL website is a citrix.com, and I will connect to the Citrix website. So whenever I will face any issue, at the same time it will collect the log and send to upload it in the Citrix website,
Yes.
and Citrix will provide us the solution. So this is called the call home feature. I'm not configuring call home feature here. Okay, now it's asking to restart the machine, and BDA installation has been done.
I think you have given only 1 GB RAM, so it's taken time.
No, I have given it the 4 GB RAM here.
Okay.
4 GB.
It always takes time to install. I am logging into the server. It's showing MF app hook 64 DLL is either not designed to run the Windows or it's contained the error. Okay, I am running on 2008. So in the next screen, is because of the I'm using 2008 server for that. So it's a server OS, desktop OS, remote. So I'm using server OS. MCS is not configured, PBS not configured. If I will go to the PBS, it will ask me the provisioning server IP address and the port number to connect it. But it's not configured, so I'm going with the another service or technology.
Another service or
For
technology.
another service or technology, I need to prepare every time a server with the same process. We need to install Windows server first, then join that server in the domain and install the VDA. And after that, we can add this in the machine catalog. Okay, so it's a manual process. So first, we are going to the manual process and DC. I'm searching here. This is showing DDC. Okay, it should be green. If my BDA agent is installed correctly, it should be green. Otherwise, it would be blue with this. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, next, machine management. Then next is the here machine catalog name. Is the catalog I'm saying A, B, C. You can put any name in the catalog. Finish, and it's creating the catalog. So once the catalog is created, then my next step is to create a delivery group. So now I am going to create the delivery group. Create delivery group here, or otherwise you can right click and create delivery. Next is the same ABC catalog, which is showing here how many servers I want. If here in ABC there is one server, so I can select only one. If here is showing 10 servers, so I can select any of the servers from 1 to 10. Okay.
Okay.
So allow for all, restrict user delivery. Here I can add the user from here, but now I am allowing for all. Is a desktop, add applications. You can see from start menu. It will show you the applications list. I am selecting calculator, notepad, remote desktop connection, notepad, on-screen keyboard, paint, the simple applications, and WhatsApp. Okay, these all applications. And now assigning the desktop, display name, allow for everyone. Okay, next, delivery group name, XYZ, finish. Now delivery group, as well as in the applications, I can see all applications which I have created at the time of creation of
That will show here.
Yeah, that will show you. Yeah, these are the applications. So the same time I am creating a delivery group, same time I can publish the applications. If I want to edit it, edit delivery group, I want to add some extra users or some extra group here, I can add. Okay. Okay. Now read about, make a note about application pre-launch. You need to learn application pre-launch and application lingering. It's a both you need to search from Google and learn. Okay. Yes, this is the restart policy. Do you want to restart machine automatically? Yes or no? If you select yes, then you need to provide on daily basis, on weekly basis, on 15 days, on monthly basis, and is a daily. Which time you want to restart duration, send notification to the users is the same like the reboot policy in 6.5. I'm just canceling this, and now I'm going to the logging configuration logging database, and here you will see the changes made by me or made by the administrator. You can see it here. Create delivery group XYZ, create machine catalog, is the timing successful, is a failed, set database connection, what time is failed is showing here. Okay, so this is your configuration logging database. If you are going to the delivery group, you need to double click here and you will be able to see the machines which are the part of your delivery group. If the machine is showing maintenance mode, it means your maintenance mode is on or off. Like here is the maintenance mode is off. Here power state unmanaged. Registration, it should be registered. If it's showing unregistered, then I have shown you, I have given you the document how to troubleshoot that. It's one service is in the server. You can go to the services.msc and check the broker services running or not. Open services.msc. This is services.msc. And here you can see the services is a desktop service. This one you need to restart this service. It's a broker agent.exe. You can see in DDC server is a it's a broker service. It's a broker service.exe. Here is the name is the Citrix broker service, but here is a broker agent, Citrix desktop service, and broker agent.exe. Means in BDA is a broker agent, in DDC is a broker service. Is a name with broker service. Broker service is required to collect the data from BDA and to store that in the
data store.
Database, not data store. It's a database. In 7.x, it's a database.
Set database.
You can say either the database or the site database. But in 6.5, it's a data store. Okay.
Right.
So as of now, I will complete the session for today, and we'll meet in the coming Friday. Okay.